Hey everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today here on Blind Whiskey Reviews, the most honest reviews on YouTube. As always, if you're liking these videos, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification so you know every time I'm uploading a new video, every time I'm starting a new live stream. Today we're doing another Speedy sample review, and as a recap, if you haven't joined me for one of these before, in these boxes are 24 different samples of whiskey. They've been provided by distilleries to review. They've been sent to me by friends out there in the whiskey world, and some of them are whiskeys I've already reviewed and put into a sample bottle a few months after the bottle's been opened so we can see how that whiskey's doing. So if this is one of those whiskeys I've reviewed before, I'll link it up here so you can check out the original review if you want. So without further ado, let's get to our random number generator. Oh, one more thing I wanted to bring up. I'm going to try a new format with these Speedy sample reviews. So I'm going to do a little bit longer of a tasting session, but I'm going to speed that tasting session up in editing for you. So hopefully they'll take a little bit of time off these videos, make them a little bit quicker, and I think make your guys' experience with these reviews a little bit better. So let me know at the end of this, down in the comments, what you think, if you like that format a little bit better, because it should make these videos a touch shorter, and you don't have to sit here and watch me drinking whiskey and thinking about things. So hopefully that'll help. On to the review. We've got our random number generator programmed with 24 different samples, and the sample we'll be reviewing today is sample number 13. So, there's 12 in this box. That makes this sample 13. Get a little bit of whiskey here. Alright, looking away. So, on the nose, first thing that hits me is some nice light fruit, some apple, a little hint of citrus, a little bit of caramel sweetness. A little bit of oak. There's some darker fruit characters there, maybe a little cherry, a little dark cherry. Smells pretty good. Let's get on to the taste. Cheers. All right, so after a couple of tastes, we've got some nice light fruits on the front of the palate. As it switches to the mid palate, it moves into those little bit deeper caramel characters. A little bit of dark fruit, that dark cherry kind of comes in there. On the back end of the palate, definitely a hint of the oak, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of woody character. It's got a nice build to the flavor, so when it first goes on your tongue, it's not incredibly strong, and as it kind of washes over the palate, those flavors kind of build up and build some power. And there's not much heat here. This does not feel like a high proof whiskey. I'm feeling like we're probably 90 proof maybe a little bit less even, but definitely some good flavors. Let's get a couple more tastes in here, and I'll give you my final assessment on this whiskey. Yeah, so on these, again, on the next couple of tastes, a lot more of the same. Good flavors, well-balanced flavors. There's a little bit of a touch of cinnamon on the back end, a little bit of spice there. Not a lot, but it's there. You can just get just a hint of it, enough to kind of balance the whiskey out a little bit, make it not too sweet. So this whiskey's pretty well balanced. Got some good flavors going on. The heat's pretty decent. It's very, very drinkable. Like I said, maybe about 90 proof. It's warming on the tongue, but not much more than that. Mouthfeel wise, it's about medium. Not too coating, not too thin, and the flavors linger for a little while, but not too long. So now I've got a little bit of flavor left, but not a whole lot. So I think this is a pretty good, well balanced, good flavored whiskey. So for my Speedy sample review score, and again, I've only spent a couple minutes with this whiskey as I always do in these reviews, but for my score, I'm going to give this an 84. I think it's very good whiskey. I could use a little bit more flavor. And this is just nitpicking here, but I could use a little bit more flavor. I could use a touch more complexity, but I think it's really good, and I'd be happy to be drinking more of this. So let's find out what it is. This is Belle Meade Sour Mash Bourbon Whiskey. Well, awesome. So this sample was provided by the distillery, so thank you very much to Nelson's Green Brier, which is the distillery that puts out Belle Meade. Belle Meade is still a sourced product, but Nelson's Green Brier is distilling their own stuff, so they have that stuff out on shelves, probably more locally in their area where they're doing that. But it's actually a really good whiskey. I've had this before, and I don't remember enjoying it as much, so maybe my palate's just lined up for Belle Meade tonight, but it's very good tasting, solid whiskey. I didn't write the proof down on this bottle. I want to say it's probably about 90 proof, but I don't know. I'll put that on the screen. I'll look it up. The proof will be on the screen below so you can see what the actual proof is. But I definitely think it's good whiskey. I think a bottle of the standard Belle Meade goes in that like $30 to $40 range, so a decent value. Definitely worth picking up and trying and see if it's in your wheelhouse. Definitely a lot of good standard bourbon flavors. So if you want a very good, straightforward bourbon that's got some good flavor, decent complexity, good mouthfeel, I think this is a great one to pick up. So let me know what you think about Belle Meade, their standard release, down in the comments below. And as always, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at blind_reviews. You can send me an email at blindwhiskeyreviews, that's whiskey with an E, @gmail.com. And don't forget, leave a comment about what you think about the new format of these videos and the speeding up of some of the tasting so that we can save you guys some time. If you like that, let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one.